Okay, so right now what I'm reviewing is a 2024 Audi A4 Quattro. All right, we got this for a rental from Enterprise to make a trip from Pennsylvania to Texas, and we have now returned. So I have some experience driving this thing. I learned what a lot of the buttons do, and I'm just going to go over what my personal opinion is, just like I've done the last 3 years with all the rentals that I've got. So let's check this thing out. We're going to do a first walk around. We're going to look underneath the hood. We're going to check out the interior. I did get some pictures of some of the interior lighting at night, which I think is really nice. So you're going to want to check that stuff out too. This thing is just loaded with features. So here we go. All right, so if you take a look at the front, it has all of your sensors and your, actually, I'm not sure, but it has a front camera. I'm going to insert a little video of that right now. Driving across my yard. This one did come with a small dent when we picked it up right here. Now remember, this was a quick wash when we picked it up. They did a quick clean. We just put nearly 3,000 miles onto this car, and all highway use. Very nice big brakes. Lighted mirrors in here. It's got all kinds of stuff. We'll go over it. All right, so I'm just going to assume that these are the factory tires that come on this. This thing does have, let me see here. This is the key fob and what it looks like. All right, I'm sure that there's got to be a little metal key that comes out for this, but I didn't figure that out yet. You can't start this from this, but it has an app that you can download, and that'll show you all that. What I thought was pretty nice was this thing has passive locking. All right, you hear it? You can just stick your hand in there, even on the rear doors. There's something I'm wondering. Oh. Okay, that's what I've been trying to figure out. It's just a special, I haven't tried to open. Yep, the trunk will open if you have the key in your pocket. Okay, it's locked. Now, if you try to open the gas without it being unlocked, you can open your gas. This has quarter turn on and off. Now I noticed when filling this with fuel, I guess that's for the diesel. When I was filling this with fuel, sometimes if you tried to fill it too fast, it would shut off. So you had to slow down a little bit, maybe turn it just some. Just the angle of the filler hose, I think it's just a little off. And I don't know where they were driving it, but it had this black stuff there. That's some kind of tar from the road. Look, it locked itself automatically after I got done with the gas. All right, let's take a look. Now you gotta wait for this thing. Let's take a look underneath our hood, which is right here. This hood is very heavy to get started. It does have dual latches. Pretty much it. It's a 2-liter turbo 4-cylinder, I believe. And then there's our turbo. The battery is located in the back. This thing, to me, for 20,000 miles was, all right, some of these leaves were here when we picked this up. This thing to me was just a little dirty underneath the hood. I don't know what they were running in or what was going on, but we got, it looks like some kind of oil or goo in here. But like I said, we're not worried about the cleanliness of this right now at the moment, because it is a rental and I'm not cleaning it up. It did take a lot of bugs, so you can see them across the front end. We did enter a rainstorm, and for some reason, like, I think it was this one sensor here kept showing something, so I had to go into the screen and turn it off. Oil fill. Your air cleaner's down in here, I guess. They give you an oil dipstick? That's all stuff I'd have to look up. I mean, it does look at it, has a large alternator here. The air conditioning. I did look up the specs on this. I didn't find it like super powerful. One of the things I found said it was it runs 130 mile an hour, which I thought was kind of, I mean, not that you're allowed to go 130 mile an hour, but let's go over the interior of this car here. When you first come up to it, other than the dirt not being clean, on your driver's door, you can lock your rear windows independently. They are all one touch up and down. Your mirror control, you can control both your mirrors. You can fold them in, or you can turn on the defrost. Your trunk is here. You can set your driver's seat, and your door lock is here. Everything is pretty nice. It looks like it's actually pretty quality material. Nothing too bad. I mean, I'm not too much of a fan of this like fake plastic wood here. All right, so as you come in, you can see here's your seat controls. You have your recline. All right, you have forward and back on your seat, and up. All right, you can lift the front a little bit. This is your lumbar control. I don't know if you can see that. This part here extends out. All right, so as you're getting in, that's what you got. Let's kind of sit down into here and take a look at what we have. Pulling our door shut, listen. Not too bad. All right, so other than the fact that these clothes are clean, but they are work clothes, and I was going to try to get something done today because we just got back from a 3,000 mile trip. So as you're sitting here and you're looking across the mirror, I don't know what they call these new ones now, but it doesn't have the edge. I would almost say infinity mirror. All right. Your visor flips down. When you open it, you get this. This is actually, when you push this back and forth, it actually feels really nice and smooth. This will unclip, so you can turn it over. This is like a hard plastic. Now the headliner is really soft. Okay. Passenger visor is the exact same way. They give you 4 handles on each one. Okay. Let's push our brake and start this thing up. Okay, this is what you see. When I picked it up, the inspection due, well, it was lit. It needs reset with a scanner. I just tried to look at that because I do some mechanical stuff. All right, now this comes up every time. Set up now, set up as a guest. We just skip that. System loads up, then it asks you this. We've had to close this every time, as it is a rental. I don't know, it's probably different when you do go in and you own this. Our time is actually an hour ahead because we just went into daylight savings. Radio, media, gives you some options here. Look, it was kind of sensitive there, picked it up. All right, so themes, I went into this and I actually picked the second scene. All right, while we're waiting for that, if you come over to this screen, you can scroll with this button. All right, there's a bar over here. It'll tell you your consumption of power, short-term memory, long-term memory, your air conditioning, and it'll tell you when you've been driving for too long. It shows you your driver's assistant, so both bars on each side light up. All right, there you go. Now it's lit up. You can purchase stuff, I guess. So we just got rid of the screen that was in the back. Messages, users, your navigation. A lot of this stuff you all have to set up. I actually have the CarPlay set up to my phone, so that's why that's lighting up right now. Okay, so it shows you this stuff. This here, that's your radio. You have a volume here, which to me is a little strange, and then you have volume down here, and then you can go back and forth right there. Okay, heated seat is actually on. Dual climate control. This changes where it comes out. Okay. AC, fan speed. Look at that. It's picking up my, as soon as I touch the switch without even flipping it, it knows that I'm touching it. 3-zone, sync, set or rear. This does have some rear controls. Here's passenger side, you can control that. Recert. See? Heated seat. Heated seat. Down here you can select your drive modes: individual, dynamic, auto, and comfort, which we just ran it there. Not sure what this does. Traction control off. Stabilization control. Turns off your auto park. That's what that is. Parking sensors. What's this? Tap the display. Okay, so that one turns off your display. Like I said, I'm still figuring some of this out. Very easy to find. Your 4-ways are right up front. Okay. Now every single one of these vents you can open and close and adjust side to side. These are just fake right through here. The steering wheel controls are pretty crazy. So, like I was showing you this here, we were averaging, like I said, I got some pictures, I can throw them in. Some of the states where it's flat, out toward like Arkansas and Texas and stuff, you can go 75 mile an hour. And we were averaging 37 to 38 mile per gallon based on what this was showing. I normally like to back it up with the math. So you can push this view button, brings your gauges down, shows you your gas. This thing will show a lot of what's going on here. The temperature of the car. See, the total miles on this right now is basically 23,785. We've put 2766 on this. It does show the temperature, which is pretty nice. It has auto shifters on both sides, telephone and voice. Here's for your heated wheel on and off. All right, and then you can go forward and back just like you can with this. Anytime you touch anything, it turns the volume back up. Okay, so if we push this, it does road computer, reduce display. I am not sure what this is, so we didn't actually, well, you can push on it. Check it out. It'll show you everything then. Air conditioning. See, it shows you left seat, right seat, what's pulling power. And we can turn off air conditioning. Pretty wild, huh? You can scroll back and forth side to side, adjust your radio. Inspection thing. Okay, so let's just do a regular view. There you go. So there's your date and time. That's usually where we pretty much kept this thing. turn signals. The switch is here, pretty easy to use. Your button for your lane is here. You can see it light up, turn off, okay. High beam, this is just your high beam on. If you want them on auto, it'll light up auto. Gotta push it back forward for that. Cruise control down here. Turn this on, okay. Gotta be moving. Cancel to push forward, resume to push back. You can see it sets this line here. All right, so there's resume. This will change. You can see our distance bars. Let's go down. There we go. It lights up these bars. If you're actually moving and it sees a car, it will actually show one in the front. Set your cruise is right on the end, okay. So we have that turned off. The shifter, you have an electric e-brake, okay. If you want to park, you have to push this button and it puts you into park. Now if you want to shift, apply your brake, hold this, put you into reverse, and it actually shut the motor off because I'm on the brake. Oh. And then it turns on. You can see our camera in the back. All right, now we're in neutral and we're into drive. So you can see our camera in the front and everything there. Actually pretty freaking cool, isn't it? Shows you where you're going to be going. That is wild. Graphic camera. Oh, check that out. It shows you everything. That's what I said. Learning more and more with this. So it's got a 360 camera. Well, turns the music back on so it doesn't affect you there. Ooh. Man. That is freaking cool. All right, let's put this into park. Set our e-brake. Oh, I turned that off. Maybe it just does it. Okay. Like I said, I'm still learning a lot of stuff too here. Okay, that controls your up and down. All right, now, if this one's not on, your door lights won't turn on when you open the door. This turns on your LED interior lights. Not sure what this does. I'm going to see what this looks like with the sunroof open because I have not done this yet. Not bad.
Thank you for calling Audi Roadside Assistance.
Oh, shit.
If you are calling to request emergency services, please press the SOS button for emergency. For roadside assistance, please remain on the line.
Cancel? Well, we found out what that button does. So I'll wait and see if I get a call. All right. They give you a 12-volt power point right here, which I took this out and then reinserted it. Number one for your USB. Your center console is this. Not too bad. If you pick this up, they give you a wireless charger and a number 2 port here, so you can set some stuff. So like if you lift this up a little bit and you put it back down, it brings it higher so you have some place to rest your arm, and you just pick up and then you can drop it down the rest of the way. All right, your glove box is very easily accessible. Not sure what's all up here. Looks like they give you an owner's manual and some places to stick a pen, maybe some coins here. Shows your direction here. And we'll manually close this. Now the lights are on auto, but let's turn them on. Let's open this door, and we will turn on our four-ways so we can take a look and see what these lights look like when we're out of the car. Pretty cool, right? Okay, so I'm 6 foot tall, and right now this is pretty much in, there's in, out, and then this will go up and down. So I believe that's close to where I had that set. I'm actually sitting pretty comfortably right now with this. And like I said, this is back just a little far, but this is pretty comfortable for me. Headroom is pretty tight. All right, so for me, I think this car is fine. It drives nice. 4 or 5 hours consistent driving was actually pretty good, but I feel just a bit claustrophobic. Not much room over here. I got a little bit here, and then right here, this is what I see when I look over this way, and I'm trying to look. I almost feel like I got to duck down to the side to see past this mirror, because this is usually lit up as a radio. Okay, you can see Matt's iPhone. So this stuff here ends up being in the way. This is something that's not on every car. This is for the toll pass for Enterprise. Okay, so I'm fitted in here. Let me see this here. Yeah, you can kind of see your cup holders light up. Like I said, I like that. There's a lot of features I do like. So back to the fact that I'm sitting in this seat and I'm in here, I'm comfortable. Could I move this forward just a little bit more? All right, yep. So I could probably drive comfortably like this right here. So let's check out how much room we have in our back seat. All right, so here's our back seat. Looks like we got a tweeter and a speaker, and our window control is right there. And you can see what we have for room here. I'm gonna try to get in here. Now, I can actually sit in here, I think. Let's shut this door. My knees are in this. If you look up top, there's a bump for the head, which actually works. My head is starting to try to rub this a little bit. I could probably sit back here. I have 2 charge ports in the back. We also have a 12 volt. You can adjust your temperature and your vents, and you can open and close them here. Both seats do have map pockets. Into the middle here. Man, this is tight. I can pull down the center console. Just makes me feel even more claustrophobic. We have cup holders here. This does open up, so there's a small amount of room here. It looks like, just trying to see if there was a pass through. All right, now got light controls back here. Kind of cool, but you can see what we got from the back. I'm gonna try to squeeze out of this. Wow. Now that is tight. I do like these door strikers. They look pretty good. Okay, so now that we're on this side, looks like you can raise and lower these. This is actually set up for 3 people to sit in this back seat. Not quite sure how. It's a 60/40 fold down back seat, so you can get access to the trunk. This hard plastic here, I don't know if I'm a true fan. Tire window doesn't quite go down all the way. They do give you a switch here that you can make it so that the doors cannot be opened if you have a kid. Let's take a look at a trunk. All right, now in the trunk, it looks pretty deep. I'm not sure what they call their cubic feet of room, but what I can tell you is we had this thing full before we even left, and normally we do pick up some items because it is close to Christmas for us to, you know, bring back for gifts. Now, they give you, there's a bunch of tie downs in here, very nicely made. Pick this up. You have a full-size spare. I believe the battery is located down there, as I see cables going to it. All right, you have these side nets here. Looks like you have a 12-volt port. There is access to get in behind here, but I'm not even going to be checking that out. So, you know, you can stick a couple small things in here. Perfect for that type of stuff. The inside of the trunk is lined pretty good. It looks like it has a release. So if somebody's stuck in the trunk, they can definitely get out. There's your camera and your LED lighting for your tag. Backup sensors, dual exhaust. I think it's mad at me. Looks like we got a 245/40 18-inch wheel. Back brakes are vented, which looks pretty decent. Looks like it's a single piston caliber. Up front, they're a little larger. They are vented. I can't tell if this is without looking, but this could be a 2 or a 4 piston caliber on the front. All right, so I forgot to tap in on the wiper controls, so I'm probably just going to add this in. If you pull this, you get your windshield squirters. All right, all the way down. Just makes it turn on once. Up, it's auto and high. So it's on auto, and then you can change the speed of that there on the front or the back. Look at that. Didn't even know that. Here's to reset your mileage. So let's go for a quick little run. All right, so we're just doing 30 down a back road right now. You can kind of just hear the road noise. There's very minimal road noise. A lot of that does depend on the surface of road that you're on, but I just wanted to run around here. I've not done any full throttle starts or anything like that other than to merging into traffic. This car has just been a driver to make a good trip and get our most efficient gas mileage. There you go, you can see it picked up the lanes. Stop here. These two knobs here are very easily to get confused when you're trying to adjust this. You'll end up bumping your turn signals. Okay. Now. gonna try these brakes. Oh, got ABS. So that was just doing like 30. It is a little wet right here. Let's try this at 30. So the ABS does kick in pretty quick, and it does get you stopped pretty nicely. What I can say is the brakes are really grabby on this. If you're not used to them and you go to touch them, sometimes I was touching them just a little too hard, and it was actually stopping pretty quick. So like you can feel the camera moving, and then I'm just gently pushing on the brakes. So till you figure that out, yeah, they're not too bad. Okay, let's see what happens here. Alright, that was kind of a full throttle acceleration there. It did take some time for the digital speed readout to catch up. Let's just slow down here just a little bit. Like I said, it seems when you hit it, it does have some lag to it. And then it kind of kicks in and shifts. But I can say, I mean, this is a good... It's got enough power to get you where you need to go on the road. It is nothing spectacular. It does stop really well. It handles really well. All right, we're gonna finish up this drive. All right, so overall for closing, this car, like I said, has plenty of power, stops really well, is loaded with lots of features, more than what you probably will use on a daily basis. Would kind of get you spoiled if you actually did get used to it. I think it would be fine for daily driving. Someone maybe a foot shorter than me would be fine in this. If you have problems parking, this thing has all the bells, the whistles, the cameras, and everything to keep you from hitting curbs and getting parked into your spot just right. I believe the quality construction of the interior, other than that wood simulated stuff, is the only thing I could downplay that I don't like. I like the rear view mirror. Like I said, it's just, for the price, it's not something that I would own, but I do like to do somewhat of an unbiased review on these rentals when I get them, and like to share the information on them. And you know, maybe it'll help somebody else, whether they're looking to buy one of these, or you know, they're looking to see if they want to rent one of these. Would I rent this car again? Yes. Was this car great for driving you know, continuously 5 or 6 hours? The only bad thing I can say is the seats did start to get a little, I don't know, they started to feel a little hard after about 2 or 3 hours on your butt. But other than that, road noise was very minimal. There was no engine noise. You know, even when any of the fans or anything was on, you can tell there's a lot of detail put into the switches and the buttons and everything as far as quality. Long term, I don't know how this vehicle would last. Obviously it's brand new, and there's other people that do reviews on that type of stuff, but I mean, I would rent it again and take it to Texas. So with that being said, thanks for checking out the video, and hopefully you didn't mind me dressed looking like a mechanic. We'll see ya.